So good evening, members. Again, thanks for waiting. My name is Daniel Mutuku, and I serve as the CEO of the Sacco. With us here, as part of the management, we have Stephen Lutta. We have Griffiths Ochieng. We also have architect David Songoro. We will continue from here. So just to begin, this seminar was crafted because we felt we needed to engage more with our members, to educate our members, and to ensure that we are in constant communication with our members, especially not just with the AGMs, but generally during the year. The other reason is it's actually a mandate that the government gives SACCOs to ensure that they keep engaging with their members through education days. So this is not particularly an education day, but it's more of a meet and greet. It's for us to get to know one another, especially those who don't show up for AGMs, I guess, physically. And for any questions that you have, we have received questions beforehand for those who have been registering, and we'll be able to engage more. So without further ado, just greet the members, the management members who are here. Beginning with Chair and Griffiths and Lutta as well.
If I may go first, good evening, everyone. My name is David Songoro, Chair of the Sacco. It's good to meet for the first inaugural webinar.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Fredrick. I am the Vice Chairman and Chairman of the Educational and Marketing Committee. Welcome to tonight's webinar.
Good evening, members. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay. My name is Stephen Lutta, architect. I'm a member of the loans committee. Mimi ndio napatiananga watu pesa together with some few other guys. And then, I'm a member of the management. Good to be here. Kama siko nyumbani. And I'm also happy to see amongst the membership of this online meeting a member that I recruited from where I am. Now, Dennis Engineer, Dennis Mahadi, was also a good. So, I'm happy to be here.
Good evening, members. How are you doing today? Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Ochieng Griffiths. I have a background in architecture and I'm a member of the management, and I'm happy to have you here with us. Yeah, and I hope you'll enjoy the sessions, and we are looking forward to all your questions that you have for us and to educate you generally on what is AAK Sacco and why should you join, why should you continue savings, yeah, and much more. And let's get to know each other, essentially. Thank you.
QS Francis and architect Kedogo. We, as the management, we are introducing ourselves before we begin the session.
Right. Good evening. My name is QS Francis. As has been mentioned, I serve in the Sacco as the chair of the loans subcommittee. So together with Lutta, who is here with us, together with Griffiths, we are the people who do evaluate your applications, and if you meet the threshold, we ensure that you get your loan or the amount you applied for in time. So happy to be here and looking forward to having a candid discussion on how we can be able to take the Sacco to a different height. Back to you, Daniel.
I think Kedogo can introduce himself.
So, good evening. Sorry, I delayed and I don't know if you'll be able to see me. So you'll bear with me, but I don't know. Let me try to see if we can. I think there's only darkness where I am. I think I'll. So I'm Joseph Kedogo. I'm the Honorary Secretary and also in charge of the welfare. And happy to be here tonight. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks a lot, management team. That's the management team, dear members. And so we will just have some bit of discussion with regard to different aspects of the Sacco. And then at around 8, because now it's around 7:20, at around 8, we will be able to get into the questions that you sent beforehand, members, as you are registering. And time allowing, we will accept questions from the floor because, again, the webinar was to end at 8:30. So I'll begin with the loans. And here we have the chair from the loans committee. This is QS Francis. So Francis, just take us through the main loan products that we have and the interest rates, repayment periods, and so that at least members are abreast with regard to that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Daniel, for that. I think even before, we could just say we are going to outline the type of loan products that we have. I do believe it's a matter of individually asking ourselves as to why do we fear loans? You know, I know it comes with a psychological burden. And number 2 is a matter of financial ability and as to how we do, or are we disciplined in terms of our finances. So by the time you're answering some of these questions pertaining to what you want and how the Sacco is going to come on board, helping you to mitigate, let me put it in that sense that you want to overcome a given challenge that has come, then you can be able to qualify to the kind of product that we in the Sacco we have. So for instance, let's say you really want to attend the AAK convention that's about to come, or let's say it's about the borax that's also on the corner supposed to come, and you find you really need that financial support. You might come to the Sacco with a request to apply for a professional loan, of which we will look into it. Obviously, the interest is 1% reducing balance for up to 12 months. I think that's correct. You can guide me on that if I'm not saying the correct duration. Then we can review the application, and based on your qualification, the risk factor that you have, you're given a go in terms of the amount that will be given. If let's say also you want to do a development, and you know you have guarantors, or you can guarantee yourself up to 3 times the multiplier of the amount that you have saved with the Sacco, still you can come on board, do your application up to 48 months, 1% reducing balance. But if it's most of a home loan, then extension up to 72 months, you find after 48 months, there's a 1.5% which you're going to pay, but still under reducing balance. So you find the Sacco works depending on the product that you want. And we are open in terms of helping you out in meeting your requirements. But kindly work on your savings and your monthly discipline, especially in doing your savings, because that also shows the confidence that when you are giving you the amount of money, the risk is well mitigated. But also what members need to understand, there are policies within the SACCO that we work within. And these policies will streamline how we are going to handle issues pertaining to how we are going to give this loan to you as a member, because it's people's money that you are willing to help you overcome the challenges you're going through. So I think those are the major loans product that we have, and I do believe that in short, I'm able to address the question that Daniel has asked.
All right, thanks, Francis. Just follow up on that also is, do members usually have challenges accessing loans? What are these pitfalls that would cause a member to have a challenge accessing loans, and how can they overcome those pitfalls?
Okay, I think let's start from the position of discipline. You see, financial discipline matters a lot. And I think one of the challenges why you may not qualify to a given loan, it depends with your finances, especially in how you have saved. Number two, are you able to guarantee yourself or get a guarantor? Then we are required, just to mention this, we can actually call the person for an interview just to be able to gauge the kind of risk that this person will have pertaining to the amount of money you're going to give them. And then once we evaluate that, it's upon the member or the person individually to then take that responsibility to repay the loans, because the more, as you repay your loans and as you do your savings, you are increasing the debt, or rather, let me just use the word debt. You're increasing that amount of money that you can't borrow in the next loan that you're going to borrow. But members need to understand as well, maybe it's something we'll touch later on, and this pertains to the issue of defaulting. Because if you default, and even if you clear this loan sometimes later in future, we need to evaluate your risk. Because as I had mentioned earlier on, in as much as you're putting amount in the SACCO, we also need to appreciate it's people's money. And we're giving you that amount of money to help you grow and also repay it back. And then you also need to appreciate the fact that if you fall short of your monthly installment, there's also a penalty into that, but that maybe we'll discuss later on. But in brief, you need to work on your savings just to increase the amount of money that you're going to be given. And number two is your financial discipline, which you also need to work on. Maybe I can ask Lutta if there's something else that he could add on that, as you're in the same committee.
Thank you, my chairman. I think what I can add is savings is a culture. And I think the biggest issue within the AAK and within our industry is that not many people have that culture of saving. I look at myself, for example, I regret having joined the SACCO maybe 5 years after I started working. And I really envy those guys who joined the SACCO when they were students. So I believe it's a culture thing. It's about where do you want to go. Many people in our industry have not had that kind of discussion with themselves to think about their financial future in terms of where they want to go. Because if you have that discussion, or if you plan for that, then it will guide your culture of saving, how much money you want to put aside every month, and what are the strategies that you want to use to achieve that. That's number one. Number two, as a former member of the education committee, I think we as the SACCO encourage people to join as much as possible, so that second challenge, which is failure to get guarantors or not being very easily able to get guarantors, we deal with it. So I think the biggest strategy, or the biggest idea that we are trying to push, or we're trying to encourage people to join as groups, your friends, people you're with in school, so that you kill two stones, two birds with one stone. The one stone of culture, you mnachochana who save, so it works, number one. And number two, at least when you're saving together and you're growing together with your friends, you can be able to give each other loans. So those two issues are the biggest issues. I think we can talk later about the culture of savings. Also as a former loans chairman, I can tell you guys that QSs are doing really better than architects at least in the years that I served as chairman. This beneficiary of the Sacco in terms of how the Sacco has been transformative. So it's a challenge to architects, it's a challenge of course to QSS, engineers, and the rest of the cadres within the built environment to actually not excel only on what you do in the office, but also to excel at the financial stuff so that people can see. So I think Daniel can give you a story about how the doctors are one of the best managed saccos and how doctors are really doing well financially as opposed to people in our field. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Lutta, for those contributions regarding loans. Indeed, we had our Mbuzi event last year, and we did glean a lot from the doctors, as well as the lawyers as well. They have really cultivated savings culture. Now, let's move to, because of time, let's move to savings. But in case there's any question regarding loans, we will be able to handle it, any follow-up question. And these questions I'll pose to Vice Chair, Fred. This is regarding savings. Indeed, Lutta has touched a bit on savings culture. And here we are asking the contribution methods. The contribution methods that we have regarding savings. We should not just take it for granted. It's good to let members know regarding the contribution methods, as well as what does a member do to check their savings balances. I'll pose this question to Fred, our Vice Chair.
Thank you, Daniel. Let me start on ways in which members can do their savings. There are several channels in which you can do your savings. One is you can do direct deposit to our account at Co-operative Bank. And Daniel will be sharing the account number. And you can do it also through M-Pesa, through the PayPal number 400-200. And then the account number that will go directly into our account. The second channel is through Kopo channel, whereby we have PayPal number, which Daniel will be sharing, credit our account through Kopo, and that is credited to your account as savings. You can also use channels like PesaLink to save into the cooperative bank account and other mobile channels into our account. There is also the process that Safaricom M-Pesa has started of Ratiba that we are encouraging members to subscribe to. I know we are busy, sometimes we forget to do our savings. This can is almost like a standing order through M-Pesa into your savings account. Same is that you can process standing orders from your bank into your Sacco account. That will grow your savings. We encourage members to continually save. In fact, the Sacco's growth is mainly through our savings. Collectively, as we grow our savings, the Sacco also grows. And the stronger the Sacco, the better the returns that we're able to make. Now, Daniel also asked on when we save, how can we check our balances? The Sacco is doing biannual statements to members. We are in the process of also updating our online channels where our members can be able to interact with a digital system so that they can check their balances. But meanwhile, our members will be getting biannual statements, one after AGM and the other one towards end of the year. Thank you, Daniel. Was there something else?
Thank you. Yes. Just some follow-up questions as well. Thank you for answering those questions. Please, I know Architect Lutta did mention regarding savings culture, but talk about how members can make use of the compounding effect, the interest that they earn on their savings, the dividends they earn on their shares, how that compounding effect can help their savings grow, and just that saving culture. What are these habits that cause us not to have a robust saving culture? So probably just talk about that.
Thank you, Daniel. Of course, one of the things that we encourage is that you make your savings regular, so that you do not save 1st of January and then do the next one the following year. Make it as regular as possible. The more you save, the higher your savings go, the more you can, your headroom for borrowing grows, and also the higher your interest and your dividends will, your interest on savings will go. Now, we have had, I don't know whether the members, for those of us who've come for our AGMs, the last number of years, our members have opted to reinvest their savings into back, their interest on the savings back onto their savings, which has incredibly compounded the savings, and also assisted the Sacco in terms of growth, because for the last couple of years we've not withdrawn our interests, and it's been a good move by members to actually reinvest or to plow back their interest back into savings. So the compounding of this works in as you save more on your second, third year, the amount that you have and how much you can be able to borrow grows. Our loan chair, Kibera, talked about the loan product that we have at the multipliers, which 3 and 4 times, which members should be able to take advantage of. And the more you save, the more you'll be able to access bigger loans and bigger projects. Thank you.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Now we'll shift gears a bit to welfare. The topic of welfare. SACCOs have been channels through which members also access welfare, especially when unfortunate events occur. I'll bring in our secretary of the management committee, Joseph Kedogo, to just talk about the welfare benefits that the SACCO is working on, and the plans that the SACCO has with regard to the topic of welfare. Kedogo, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Now, since I have the microphone and I also belong to the education committee, I'll just chime in slightly on before I answer my question, if you allow me, on what my chair of the education committee was saying. The issue of consistency is very important. We used to have what you call a millionaire club in the SACCO, because several of you are already attending the Million Club. And when you look at the people who are achieving that, none of them has saved a lot of money like at a go. It's small, like so long as 10,000 consistently from the days of Corona, plus the interest and the rest is achieving, somebody's getting towards the million club, just like people are getting like that. As opposed to people who get 100,000 today, then 2 years later, throw another 50, another 200,000, 2 years, 10 years later, like that. But the consistency is what's getting people there. Then you have wealth, which you can use it. And I'll really advise the Ratiba because it gets some amount you can easily afford, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, whatever you can afford per month because it takes seamlessly and you forget about it. So with time, when you check your account has really increased and you build wealth because now once you have that savings, you can borrow against it, you can invest it anywhere else. You can borrow at 6% when you do the mathematics because reducing balance, 12% reducing balance comes around 6% or more or less there. You can invest it anywhere. You can build your house, you can put it to Mansa, wherever you get at 18%, 20%, and you get some good profit. So it's like, and the money will still be there because you'll be repaying, and or better off, you can also invest in our Sacco. Our dividends also pay, last year we paid around 11% from our own shares. And you're planning eventually to increase even up to 20%. So who is paying this? So it can be a wealth builder, which can also be, you can start, maybe we'll start paying income or compounding it, whichever it is. And when you leave this earth, you can also leave your children with something. So this is just something about consistency. So getting to the million club is not hard, so long as there's consistency. Now, to my question again is about welfare. We are all human beings. Sometimes we are in three states. Sometimes you are very, very happy. Maybe you have graduated, maybe you have gotten a child, maybe you are getting married, you are having a wedding. Sometimes life is just neutral. And sometimes there's sort of sadness. You lose a loved one, you go through illness, which can be also maybe, you go sometimes through, retirement can be both nice or happy or sad, depending if how your culture is. If you've been serving, retirement is a nice occasion to celebrate. If you've not been serving, retirement is a sad time. And you can also, the accidents, life is not a straight line. That's why we have been putting our heads together concerning welfare in the Sacco, just take care of those highs and lows in life. The issue on which we have been trying to work on is something on the members when you lose a member. So we tend to come with some products, for example, which maybe will get maybe a multiple of your savings. For example, if you have saved 1 million shillings in the Sacco, in your savings, when you pass on, your descendants will get double or triple that, depending on the products which we are working on. Maybe it will become at small cost to you, or it may become within just we may work it out within, so they don't have to pay anything, just depending on your savings. So there's some products we're working on. Also, we're working on like if you lose if yourself you go or you lose a loved one, is there something you can work on? Those are things you're working on. And also like what happens when we lose you or your loved ones? How do you take, do you express the sympathy of members? Because the Sacco is not just a place for money. Banks do that, and other organizations. So you can go to those places, you can invest. Sacco is a family. We are a family. As much as we are here to increase our wealth, and it's also a family. We know each other, guarantee each other. We share meals together. So we have Mbuzi. The Mbuzi is not just because we want to build membership. It's just a time for us to gather together and have fun together. So the welfare is a very important component of a Sacco. Sacco is Undugu. That was the original idea. It was people coming together. We belong to some family fraternity. Maybe you are from the building environment, or that's why we come together. So we are working on those things so that those times which are hard are not as hard. We try to, of course, you cannot return somebody who is gone, but at least to make, either if it's you have lost somebody or yourself who has gone across, we ease the burden of the people who are left behind and try to comfort them a bit. Then we're going to work on other things I said, but that will take some time. So we're still in discussion about those things. So I think maybe in the course of this year or next, let's say the course of by the next AGM, we'll have some products which we'll bring to you as a member to approve. If you approve, then you can carry forward with them. Thank you.
Thank you, Architect Kedogo, for the update regarding welfare. Now, I'll bring in Architect Lutta to talk about corporate membership. This is a membership that we have been having actually alongside individual membership. Majority of our members are individual members, but we do have corporate membership offered to our members, especially where the firms are involved. And so I'll just pose this to Architect Lutta to just describe what corporate membership is and which organizations, firms are able to join the Sacco via corporate membership. The benefits that a corporate member would get by joining the Sacco as a corporate member, and also, what are we seeing out there? Firms able to do financially through corporate membership.
Thank you, Daniel. I'd just like to say I hold the bragging rights of, I think, being corporate member #1 in the Sacco through my firm. Yes, so of course, corporate membership is distinctly different from private membership in that you can bring in your firm, your company, design or construction, as long as you're within the registered or recognized trades within the AAK. So that means even contractors can register their companies and the organizations at large. If you have members or people who work in your office who might not traditionally belong to the Sacco in the sense of the built environment, but you like an organization or as a firm or as a company to be able to guarantee them loans from time to time, then you can do it through the Sacco rather than doing it personally. So the corporate membership similar to the membership that's private, say for the contribution to the higher, I think it's 10,000 per month. And then you use this money also to save and strategically plan for the office in the future as well. And then strategically either loan yourself money, as I have done several times in the past, or loan money to use the office. So in that way, the corporate organization joins the member and then brings its employees and partners and people who work within it join as a private membership. That's number one. What is the corporate membership? The benefits, as I've said, is you get recognition from the auspices of the Sacco, number one. Number two, of course, you get greater multipliers when it comes to the loan. I think there's a loan product we're working on, which was 5 times, which it's completed at the committee level, then it will be announced the next year. And then you can borrow overdraft, because if you, for example, get to the end of the month and you need to pay your employees and your clients are not yet to pay or something like that, so you can use the Sacco and get an overdraft, pay for your expenses, operating expenses, and then pay that out, amortized as an overdraft. Yeah, so amongst other benefits that as well. And always get a table for corporates at the end of the year during the Sacco event, the Sacco booth. So I don't know if I've left any other, Daniel, but those at the top of my head are the benefits that you get as a corporate member if you sign up your firm as a corporate member. And then you can strategize on how to effectively guarantee each other within the organizations through the firm. So what was the third question? I think you said explain the type, explain the benefit, and then the third.
Thanks, Lutta. Sorry, you are breaking, but thanks a lot, Lutta, for that overview, and also speaking from experience as our first corporate member. And we encourage as many of our members who own firms to join also as corporate members. So now I'll go to Griffiths. I can see time is really flying. And Griffiths, again, she's from Education's committee, of the management committee. And here we're talking about the edge, so to speak, the benefits that you have generally as being a member of the SACCO. Because here the question I'm posing to you, Griffiths, what makes AAK Sacco different from other SACCOs that built environment professionals can join? Because, you know, there are other SACCOs out there. And what makes us different? What are these tangible benefits that our members get by being members of AAK Sacco as compared to other members, other SACCOs, that is? And for the person undecided, I think we do have some non-members who also joined, who are interested, who joined the meeting. And someone who is undecided, what's this very strong reason why they should join AAK Sacco?
Thank you, Daniel, and thank you for all of you who are still with us at this moment of the evening. So first of all, I'd like to say what makes us different from any other SACCO. And I will say personally, when I joined in 2023, what made me join was me seeing my classmate as a member. And I was like, if she's in this, I need to be in this. And if this is really good, you know, so I did my background check and I saw, hi, Akumbe, there is something for the built environment professionals. And I joined. You know, sometimes we are too scared to talk about finance in this industry. And that's what I've learned so far from my experience. Like, we are scared about money and we are too scared, and maybe it's because our percentage on our fees, you know, zinasukumwa chini kabisa kabisa. So I don't know if it's the ego or whatever it is, but I will say don't be scared about money, you know. Be bold about money, approach money. I don't know. Yeah, be bold about money. And I will say personally, when the way we've heard from Francis and Stephen, Vice Chair Fred, and even Kedogo, these are people you see everywhere, you know. You see Kedogo at an AAK event, you'll see Fred somewhere, you'll see Stephen when you're abroad somewhere. You'll probably meet our chair in class, or you'll meet him somewhere in Nairobi. And yeah, me too, you'll see me somewhere. Like, we are people who you see, we are people you can approach, we are people who are also your partners, we are your friends. We are not faces behind a bank, or what do you see? Like, we don't have influencers, I will say. Like, hatuna ati zile hatujichochi sana. We are here for you and we are putting ourselves here for you. And it's so personal because each of us as management are also members ourselves, and we take good care to take care of you and take care of your investments to ensure that everything and even your future is secured. And mostly we also want you, as AAK Sacco, personally as well, what I've learned from my seniors in the management, being among the youngest, I've learned a lot personally. And Stephen said during his introduction, he wished he should have started saving while he was in school. And personally, it's the same thing. I also wished I would have started saving while I was in school. And looking at these guys and learning from them, I'm also learning from you. And I'm learning money is a good thing to have. Money, saving your money for investment, for emergency sessions, and just having that security. You are able to step outside in confidence. When you have that bill coming up, when you have that client who hasn't paid you yet, and you talk to us, Daniel is so like one of the most approachable CEOs, you know, like hisi zile unasikia like CEO of Safaricom, you're like nitatoa namba wapi. Daniel is always on the wall, you can talk to him. Our chair is always posting things on the wall. You can talk to him. Like, you can just send a DM and talk to him. Stephen is always there on the wall. Like, you can approach any of us and we'll handle anything that you have. The other thing I will say, if you're new to the SACCO, or you want to join and you're scared, I know the feeling, because I think I did my research for like 3 months before I joined. And mostly it's usually because you don't know someone, you don't trust, you know, there's that issue of trust. Are these people, will they take care of my money? I want to say personally, yes, we will. And we have so many members. I think we're at over 300, Daniel can correct me, but we are growing consistently. And our goal is to have all our members in the AAK, the larger built environment, to come and save. We want to see all of you not living in the developments, but also being the developers yourself. Unajua? So yeah, I don't know if I've answered the question. Vizuri.
Yes. Thanks, Griffiths, for that answer. I think something I may add is whenever I just
Yeah.
go marketing, I usually say, as Sacco, the Sacco helps you to put away money that you would have otherwise spent, you know, and especially when you look at your monthly budget and how, money just leaves your account. I think if through the Sacco you're able to put away 10K, for instance, every month, that's 120K per year. And within around 5 years, 6-7 years plus compounding, you already have your 1 million. So I think that's quite something. You don't get that with money market funds. You don't get that with bank accounts. You put away, the Sacco helps you to put away money that you would have otherwise spent.
Yeah. And one final thing, I'll just want to say that this is more like a family, I will say. We are a community. We will see each other in other events. But again, when you come to the AAK Sacco, we are also a family. So yeah, you're welcome, all of you. If you have any questions, post them in the Q&A, the chat section. And if you are our members, please engage us on the wall, on the WhatsApp wall that we have for our members. Yeah, so karibuni. And over to you, Daniel. Thank you.
Thank you,
Griffith. Daniel.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I think you brought up a very important point, which I think in our discussions privately, myself and yourself, I've used that rule quite a number of times. I think many people don't understand the fact that you can have 100K to spend, and the same amount when you have it from a loan, you spend it very differently when it's just a client who's paid you 100K. So imagine having, say, 50,000 shillings, having received a payment from one of your clients, and you decide it's a Friday, you want to go to Westlands with it, you come back in the morning and you don't have anything. You see, the minute you put that money into the Sacco, knowing that you cannot withdraw it like a regular bank account, and then even if you take it back out as a loan and you have the 50,000 shillings, now that you know it's a loan, you are definitely going to spend it in a bit better or in a bit more measured fashion. So I think for those people who were very impulsive like me, like I was in the first probably 5 years of employment, I would say, yes, you can manage your money that way. Remember, when you save the money in the Sacco, the only way you get it out is through a loan. So that forces you to actually save, especially now that we have confirmed that people in the built environment, especially architects, have a very poor culture of saving. Architects and engineers, I think at least I've seen quantity surveyors are doing quite well. Quantity surveyors and landscape architects are fine. Yeah, so it helps you manage your money that way. The fact that you cannot just walk up to a bank any day and pick your money and spend it the way you want. If you pick it out as a loan, now it's a loan, and you have to think about now how to repay it. So definitely how you're going to spend it is going to be very different from when you receive the same money as cash. That's just what I wanted to highlight.
Yes, thanks a lot, Lutta, for that. We've really discussed a lot with you about that. So now, we are just about to end this session where the management is just talking, but I'll come back to Fred, our vice chair, and let's talk about the events. And the events, these events that we usually have as a Sacco, which are they? Which are these events? And also, why should members attend these events? Because we try as much as possible to encourage our members, not to just save, but also to show up. Fred, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Daniel. The Sacco has two major events in the year. The first one is, and which is the most important, is the annual general meeting, where each member should attend and pass the resolutions that are normally floated. And this is a session where you are able to participate in deciding how your Sacco will be run. This is where, as a member, if you want to join the management committee, you will float in your name, because we have rotation of members every year, and we select, the members can now select the members of the management committee during the AGM. It is where we get to hear how the Sacco has been run. We are able to be taken through our audited accounts by our auditors. It is also where we select our auditors, and we encourage all members to actively participate in this. We normally hold it both physical and online, and we encourage all members to attend this, as it is very important as a member of the Sacco to know how your Sacco is running. I will then go to the second event that we normally have, is that the Sacco normally organizes, will probably organize a goat and mbuzi event around the end of the year, just to network with our members and to say thank you for their continued support. We encourage members also to attend this event. We've encountered cases where members are looking for guarantors. So we did this also to encourage networking between our members, so that you know other members of the Sacco from who you can seek guaranteeship when you need to. You'll also know who your management committee members are, and if you have issues with the Sacco, just to break the ice, and how you can get around to have your issues sorted out at the Sacco. So we encourage you to also attend this event. The Sacco now is going to be hosting what we call meet and greet. We want to get closer to you as our members and have more one-on-one meetings with our members, and more to encourage us to not be too distant, or to feel like the Sacco is a robot out there. It is you're part of that group, and we encourage you to engage with it actively, and to actively seek and make use of all the products and all the benefits that the Sacco accrues to you as a member. Thank you, Daniel.
Thanks, Fred. Thanks a lot for that. Finally, I'll invite our chair to talk about the vision. What is our vision as a Sacco? You know, from the point of why were we started by AAK? And where do we see ourselves in the next 5, 10 years? And how this vision translates into better product, services, member experience, and how we can all come together to achieve this vision. So, over to you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Bwana CEO. I think before I talk about the vision, I want us to do something that is very important for Sacco and very important for meet and greet. I think that the officials have talked. When I look at our numbers, we are not too many for each member to introduce themselves. So I would like to open up and invite members to individually introduce themselves so that we get to know each other. Thank you. I don't know where we start from.
Through the chair, I think we start with our most senior attendee, the vice chair of the AAK.
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Vice President of AAK, please introduce yourself.
Awashe kamera ama niko kwa bafu.
Well, Lutta, wacha. Vice President, are you there? I think she may be engaged in something else. Who would like to start us off in terms of introductions?
Sorry, Chair, I'm sorry.
Daniel, are we hearing our VP?
Yes.
I could, her voice was breaking.
Yeah. In the interest of time, I think let's move on to somebody else. Members, I think if we did this quickly, then we can move on to the next the agenda so that we don't spend too much time.
Through the chair, maybe Daniel can introduce. And then chair, I think your mic is.
Okay, I think what I'll suggest is that I'll just call out the name. Speak and just introduce themselves. I'll just go in alphabetical order because that is how it is here on Google. So I'll start with Anne Pauline.
Good evening. My name is Anne Pauline. I'm a medical rep, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. Next is Austin Nyangwe.
Yes. I'm Austin Nyangwe. I'm a construction manager, and I'm glad to be here. Yeah.
Thank you, Austin. Our VP for the AK, Brenda Nyawara.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you to the Sacco Management for organizing this event. I think it's really good, and the information we get from this team is always very encouraging. I have some questions, but I'll post them in the chat when the conversation continues. Thank you.
Thank you, Architect Brenda. We go to Dennis Mahandia.
Thank you so much, Daniel. I'm Dennis Mahandia. I'm a consulting engineer. So I work in IT consulting, and based in Munich for the past 4 years. And I was introduced by Stephen Lutta, and I'm so happy to hear today about the operations of the Sacco. So I joined. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dennis.
Yeah, so I'm based. I work at BMW here in Munich, and so always open for discussions. And in case any of you have some professional inquiries, I'm open to talk about it. Thanks.
International Sacco, eh? Tuongeze international kwa jina.
Thank you, Lutta. Indeed, we are implementing the
BMW.
All right, we go to Denzel Ondeng.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Denzel Ondeng. I'm an architecture student at JKUAT.
Thank you, Denzel. Diana Kigo.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Diana Kigo. I am an interior designer. Glad to be here.
Thank you, Diana. We go to Dominic Owino.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dominic Ogutu Owino. I'm a construction manager. I'm a proud member of AAK. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dominic. Ivan Skipkoech, you're next.
Good evening to you, everyone. Thank you very much. My name is Evans Kipkoech. I'm a civil engineer, and I'm grateful to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Evans. Evans Kipkoech. Now we go to Evans Mugo.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Evans Mugo. I'm an architect. Glad to be on call and listening and following up on the good things.
Thank you, Evans Mugo. Next is Fiona Latabo. Okay, seems she's muted. Karanja.
Hello, my name is George Karanja, architect, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks a lot, George. We go to Gregory Ngetich.
Good evening, everyone. But from where I am, it's still afternoon. So hi, I'm one of the diaspora members. I'm a new member of the AAK Sacco, but a very familiar face and name. I'm mentee of Lutta, and also architect Songoro was once my lecturer. So definitely now I'm in good hands, and also a good Sacco. So thank you. And also just requesting, since you are also discussing about packs of Kenyan members, maybe you can have packs of diaspora clients. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Gregory. I've also met you personally a couple of AAK events. Then next we have
sure.
Lamek Mwangi. Okay, Lamek seems to be muted. Mary Nyokabi. All right. Then we go to Salome Akoth.
Hi, everyone. My name is Salome Akoth, and I'm a graduate architect. It's nice to meet you all.
Thank you, Salome. And finally, Stephen Amulavu.
Thank you very much. I am Stephen Amlavu, a medical representative, and I'm happy to be in AAK. Sorry, I'm in a noisy matatu, but I'm getting you clearly.
Thank you, Stephen. Actually, as we go back to the chair, I noticed that we do have people from the medical profession in this Sacco.
Okay, I think yes.
So back to you, Chair.
The trend these days. Okay, I'm happy that to hear the names of all of us. In fact, as you were introducing myself, I was wishing that I wish we could physically, and I know that the education is working very hard on Mbuzi event. So be an early invitation to all of us for this year's Mbuzi. I was asked about the vision for the Sacco. Vision for the Sacco, I think to put it very briefly is that we see ourselves as the financial institution of choice for members of the built environment, but also to members, families, and friends of those members of the built environment. So a financial institution of choice for members of the built environment. And we have seen, I think it's in last year's Mbuzi where we invited AAK, we invited LSK, and we invited the and those two circles, and I like to call them peer circles because, I mean, in terms of professionalism or professional standing, they are really our peers. Those are billionaire circles. Billionaire circles. So, I mean, as the environment, it behoves us to also grow our circle to the stature of those of our peers. So I think the only way to do it is by being consistent in terms of savings. My friend Paul Aloyo, seen him texting, but I've not heard him introduce himself. We like to discuss, and in these finance issues, they also use the word discipline. We need to be disciplined. You know, when we were growing up, we thought discipline mambo ya kiboko. To grow our savings, we also need discipline. So we need to, we are looking to grow the circle to the stature of those peer circles in markets, but really to also serve those members, those are members in the built environment, and the families and friends, all those related to us, those of us in the environment. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Just noticing that Architect Paul Aloyo and also QS Anu Mufira had dropped off while others were introducing themselves. So if you can hear me, just unmute yourself, Paul and Anne, in whichever order, in any order, and just give us your name and your profession, and that will be it.
Anne Omufira, I am a quantity surveyor.
Thank you, Anne. And Paul? Okay, Paul has responded on text. Paul Aloyo, architect. All right. So now, as we come to the conclusion, we have a Q&A session. This Q&A session will comprise the questions that were sent beforehand, and time allowing, we will accept, I think, one or just two questions from the floor. But let's just go to the questions. And here it will be more of a popcorn scenario from the management. The person who is able to answer should be able to do so. If the question had been answered, we'll also make a note of that. So the first question is, can a member who was inconsistent in monthly subscription be eligible for Sacco loans immediately he settles all the dues? Francis, probably can answer that one.
Okay, Daniel, thank you for the question. I will take I will want to answer it from the position of where the chair had left, and something I actually reiterated upon, and that's discipline. And also you need to understand why, how, and what the Sacco comes into play as to regarding to what you want. So you find if that member, let's say at month X, just does the amount of money for him or her to benefit, it basically, we as we evaluate in terms of the risk factor, we might tend to hold back in as much as you may want your money, but you are still our member. So we might go ahead and maybe invite you for an interview, basically as is required for us to gauge you as a member in terms of how you're going to react in, regarding to your payments. But it shouldn't be the case. Let's not encourage that to be the case. I think as Architect Kedogo had mentioned on, let's have that practice where even if it's as much as 100 bob, and the amount of money that you would have, be disciplined to put it in the Sacco, because you never know when you'll need it, as opposed from just doing at a bulk at one go, and then trying to expect the loans to come to be given, rather to be facilitated that amount of money. But the practice is that be committed to what, when you are becoming a member, you sort of allowed yourself, or rather you made that commitment to yourself that I'll be doing, let's say, 6,000 per month. Stick to that discipline, and then the benefit will accrue better to you, as opposed to one person will do a bulk expecting to get the benefits as the rest of the members. Don't know if that answered the question, but maybe any member in the management could also top up with anything that I might have left out.
Right, thanks, Francis. That should suffice, because we do have quite a number of questions that came along. The next question is, what is the assurance that the government is not going to interfere with our Sacco savings? I'll give this to Chair. Sorry, Chair, you are muted. We can't hear you.
I have unmuted. A very interesting question. What is the assurance that government is not going to interfere? I think as a Sacco, we have the remedies that are available to every other financial institution or other Saccos. That conversation of government interference is currently ongoing. I'm not sure there's anybody who can give any guarantees, but we know that we operate in an environment where robust debate happens, where court systems are working. So I'm not sure I'm in a position to say there are guarantees or no guarantees. Yes, I think that I can't say anything on that.
Thank you, Chair. Next is, what savings and loans products do you have? I think we did handle that as we were discussing the savings and loans. The other follow-up question is, do you offer quick loans, and at what interest rates and repayment period? How many months should I save to be eligible for a loan? Let me ask Lutta. Lutta is also a member of the loans committee to respond to that.
Thank you, Daniel. I think how long do you need to save before you are eligible for your first loan? It's 6 months. You need to save for 6 months, and again during these 6 months, you think about your strategy, how much money you want, what you want it for, and how you save it. You know, who is going to benefit. If you are to benefit from the supplier, the biggest benefit is they save 100,000 in 6 months. And I have friends who can guarantee me I can be able to get money. So that's the issue of how long. What was the first question? Sorry, remind me, I'm a bit distracted.
The other question was whether we offer quick loans and at what interest rates.
Okay,
do we
yes,
offer quick loans and at what interest rate?
Yes. Yes, we offer quick loans as opposed to basically we develop a product which is supposed to compete, very effectively competed with mobile loans, the Shwari and what have you. And I think we have a product at instant loan, which is a 3-month loan at 3% per month. And it is capped to, I believe, 20% of the savings. So that means if I have saved 100,000, I can pick up to 20,000 of that money as an instant loan, which the loans committee, together with the management, Daniel, the process in about 6 hours, and then so as opposed to going to get an insurance, you can just save money, save it around 50,000 that. So basically, the limit is 20% of your savings, and it is specifically a loan that lasts for 3 months, and at 3% per month on reducing balance. So that is to answer the issue of that loan. We also have an emergency loan, which has a higher limit. I think Daniel will refresh my memory on the limits of the emergency loan, but I do know we have the instant loan, we have an emergency loan and a regular loan, which can either be a development loan or an education loan. So I think the education committee will also do around some brochures within the WhatsApp group, so that then you can be able to understand the different loan products that are available in the SACCO. Thank you.
Thank you, Lutta, for that response. I'll pose this question to Griffiths. How do we register? And what are the benefits of being part of this SACCO? So the benefits part we answered, but how do you register? You want to bring in a new member.
Thank you, Daniel. So how do you register? So coming into the SACCO, you can come in 3 ways, right? So one, you might be referred by someone who might be any member within the SACCO already, and he or she will share with you our registration form, which is usually, you can ask Daniel and he'll share it with you. The second way is reaching out to our office, our SACCO office, calling them. Our contacts are usually available on all our social media platforms and our website. So once you call the SACCO office and engage with the secretariat, they'll be able to give you more information about the SACCO, what you need, the type of documents you need for the KYC, and then you'll be able to fill in your details and submit your form. And after that, your registration will be put forward to the management so that we can be able to see whether you are also a quality member of the SACCO. So this is not I'll say yes, we welcome everybody, and we are also trying to encourage a culture of discipline. So it's not just come and go. We want you to be serious, and we want also you to be, as our previous members have said, or be serious, cultured, build that discipline. So we want also to ensure the people who we are bringing on as members are quality members. These are people who you can reach out to and they can be able to guarantee you for a loan. I think the third way is us reaching out to you through our marketing platforms. I don't know if we have non-members here, but if you're here, you maybe have seen our poster on social media, and maybe that's how you came in and registered. And from here, you'll be able to get our contacts and we'll share with you also our details. So that's basically it. It's quite easy. Actually, you fill in your form, you submit your details, your KYC, and we'll reach out to you in terms of, whether your membership is acceptable or you are rejected. Yeah, you can also be rejected, by the way. Any other question, Daniel?
Maybe just jump on it, and just add something on that.
Yeah.
there'll be some incentives coming soon for also, this is now goes to members. We're working on a system of, because also the more the merrier, and also it's good to bring your friends and people, you can easily guarantee each other. So if you bring somebody who is successfully vetted and allowed to join, because you can't, of course, we can't take every, I mean, you have to vet you so that you can accept you in. But if you bring somebody and is accepted, there'll be a small, like other SACCOs do, a small reward, just to say, like, to encourage people also to bring their people. A small, what do you call it? It's called a referral or something. When you refer somebody, then you're given a small reward just because of building our SACCO. So that is coming up soon also. So just members beware so that you can also earn from that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And that's reward. Tunaweka kwa mfuko ama tunarudisha kwa savings.
Tutaamua itakuwa mfukoni, savings, shares, whatever you want.
Hiyo ni ya mfuko. Hiyo ni ya mfuko.
Hiyo ni ya mfuko.
Hiyo ni ya mfuko.
You decide what you want.
Yeah. Just a follow-up, Griffiths, again, back to you. What is the joining fee? What is the minimum saving? What is the minimum shares?
Okay, so currently this a SACCO, as you know, what is the meaning of a SACCO? We are a savings and cooperative organization. For you to be a member, you need to have shares, right? Like it's like owning shares in Safaricom. Only that for us, in our SACCO, you need to have a minimum of 7,500 shillings in your shares, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Daniel. And you also need to have a minimum of, the minimum you have to join, right? You're registering to join. The minimum you have to put into your SACCO so that you can at least confirm that you're a member is 7,500 shillings only. Hiyo ni ya kibandaski ya leo Friday. Weka kwa SACCO. Then the other thing is for the minimum savings per month. This year we upped it to 2,000, which, my dear fellow architects and engineers, is something really small that you can put in monthly. So just 2,000 shillings, and by the end of the year you have 24,000. But please, hii ni pesa kidogo, 24,000 at the end of the year. So tuseme tu by the end of the year 240,000 goals, sindio? So that means per month, you're roughly doing 10 to, actually you're doing more. Mathematics imenipotea, architecture ipendi maths. Anyway, so yeah, let's target, instead of 24,000, let's do a multiplier times 10. You put it at 240,000. So that means work for you. Tafuta clients, usinegotiate hiyo pesa, hiyo kafi, up it, like pandisha juu kabisa. And yes, for your shares, you can build it. Yeah, you can actually, the 7,500 is a minimum. You can up your shares up to, Daniel, I think there's a point at which you cannot surpass, an individual member cannot surpass the share capital of the SACCO, but you can even have, you can reach up to 100,000, 150,000. Daniel can guide me on the percentage, 20% of share capital. Yes, you can own 20% of share capital of our SACCO. In terms of savings, I think the minimum joining savings currently is it 5,000, Daniel, or 3,500?
It's 2,000. The minimum saving is 2,000. The minimum shares is 7.5. Yes, you're correct.
7.5. Yeah, 7.5. We also usually have membership drives, which usually run. We have one in April for the Easter one, and then we have one towards the end of the year, which will align with our Mbozi. That's when we launch it. So the one during this membership drives, you can also take advantage because our loans are usually given also at a discount. The membership drives are also at a discount. So instead of paying the usual joining fee of 2,500, you'll find the fee subsidized to a particular amount that will be shared in the poster during that period of the drive. Anything else in terms of joining, Daniel, that I've missed?
Thanks. You've answered the question.
Oh yeah,
I'll,
one more thing.
bring in.
Sorry, Daniel.
Oh yes, yes. Please, yeah.
I think it has been put out randomly by everyone, but when you're joining, ensure you come with a friend or a family member, at least 2 or 3, so that you can at least have guarantors, and you also encourage each other to put into your savings, at least on a month-by-month basis, so that usianze kutafuta mtu. But since you have introduced each other, we at least know each other. Francis akitafuta Steven, amtafutie amsainie hapo ka guaranteeship. We at least know each other. And that's the purpose of you showing up. We really want you to show up for yourself and show up for each other so that we can help each other grow. Thank you.
I wanted to come in on this issue of minimum savings. Daniel, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Chair.
Yes, I think it's all very good to talk about minimum savings, but I would rather discuss about goal-based saving. Where it's good to understand why am I joining a SACCO? What do I want to achieve through the SACCO? How long we want to achieve this thing, so that we are from the built environment, and I think when I was growing up, these professions they seemed to introduce them as elite professions. So I would much prefer to see elite savings, not elites, not minimum savings. So I think let's aim to save premium, so that we also get to the level of our peers. I don't think the doctors and the lawyers got to their billionaire status by saving 1,000 shillings a month. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Indeed, we want to encourage as many millionaires in this circle. Next question. I can see our time has actually gone 7 minutes beyond, so please bear with us as we just tackle these questions that members shared before the meeting ends. So the next question here is, what is the progress on coming up with a platform where members can track their SACCO savings and account activities real time? Let me throw this to Fred, Vice Chair.
Daniel, shoot that question.
What is the progress on coming? What is the progress on coming up with a platform where members can track their SACCO savings and account activities real time?
All right. Let me first start by giving a short brief on what we had before. We had a platform that was being run by Quora, which we felt was not serving our members adequately. It was not real time. It was not giving the SACCO and its members value for money. And we discontinued that. We are in the process of sourcing for another solution that members can be able to interact with their accounts almost seamlessly. There's an ad hoc committee that was set up to look at that, and that is in progress. And hopefully, before the next AGM, we should be able to have a new system in progress.
Thank you, Fred. Next question is, what was last year's rebate/dividend? Let me throw this to Architect Kedogo, Secretary.
Thank you very much. The dividend was what was it? It was 11% on the shares, and on the savings. Daniel, I'm trying to remember the figure. Was it 5?
It was
on the
4%.
savings. The interest was 4% on the interest, and then on the shares it was 11%. Oh, thank you. And then just to ask about the question of reducing balance. It works out around 6% when you pay per year. I think I've answered that question. Somebody asked the question about the interest that you pay on the loan. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Now, the rest of the questions I can see sort of repetition, but let me just read them out so that even the members who sent them know that we acknowledge the questions. What is the minimum amount to become a member and how does it work? That one we answered. How can I retrieve my Sacco number? What to do when one has no guarantors and in need of a loan? I think we tackled that one. We encourage you to come with join the Sacco with the members, people you know. What are the long-term goals of the Sacco? Long-term goals of the Sacco. Chair answered this one. Can the Sacco develop a platform where the member can increase their shareholding, check balances, statements independently or digitally? That one has just been answered by Fred. What savings and loan products do you have? And whether we offer quick loans. So all these have been answered, and we will just accept 1 or 2 questions on the wall if there is any, but I can see our management team is already answering these questions. So let me give it back to management for final remarks before we close the meeting. I'll begin with let me begin with Griffiths, then we go to Francis, Lutta, then we'll go to Kedogo, then Fred, then Chair, before we close the meeting. So final remarks from management.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, everyone, for those of you who've stayed with us even at this hour. Thank you so much. It shows how much you care and how much you also want to learn. And thank you for also giving us the opportunity to hear from you today. I just want to say that money is a personal thing. So even as us management, we want to show up here, and even the CEO himself who is showing up here, we want to talk to you about the Sacco and want to encourage you to save. It's usually when you go back to sleep today and when you sit maybe while eating, or I don't know, whatever you're going to do. Today's a Monday. So whatever you're doing after this, it's a personal decision. Whatever you do this week, it's a personal decision. So look at yourself and maybe where you want to go, where you want to be. Make it a goal. I think that makes it easier. Make it a goal. Give yourself a goal. Maybe by the end of this year, I want to have this much. Maybe in 5 years, I want to build a house, or you want to move out from to start your own farm. There are things you need to have, you need to do. And we also have mentors within this call that you can also speak to, and they can talk to you about it, even within our management itself. So just make it a personal decision. Create a discipline for yourself. I think as people in the built environment, we can say that inakuanga tu mambo ni wewe, sindio? Like when you're translating, when you're working with your client, it usually goes back to yourself. So when you're talking with your lawyer friends or your doctor friends, know that they are saving much more, and maybe their industries maybe in a way better developed or somewhat better than us. But as we are growing, we want you to grow with us. So make it a personal decision. Give yourself a goal. And we also want to hear from you. Please, our WhatsApp wall is open for you all. Talk to us there, ask your questions, share insights that you've learned, maybe through the week. Share it at any time. If you want to talk to any of us, we are also open for a chat. So yeah, karibuni, welcome. Let's make money for everyone. Tusijifiche na ideas, tusijifiche na investments. Let's just speak. Let's make money. Yeah, let's talk money. Yeah. So let's love money, let's talk money, let's be disciplined, and have a lovely night. And thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to be here with you today. Good night.
Thank you, Griffiths. We go to Francis.
All right. I'll be brief. I think from my end, the only point I have is let's own the Sacco. Number two, we make the Sacco work for each and every one of us. And once we do that, the thing about the AAK Sacco is open and friendly to all the members. So feel free to reach out to the management, to Daniel as well. And that's how we grow individually and also as corporate members, if so you wish to join. And the last item is be proud of being an AAK Sacco member. Thank you and have a good evening.
Lutta, thank you, Francis. Lutta, you're next. Sorry, Lutta, you're muted. You're muted. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you.
Me now? Okay, good.
Yes.
I just wanted to say, sorry, I was changing platforms. I wanted to say the Sacco is very important in terms of personal money management and of course in terms of managing your money, in terms of forcing you to actually save. So I think, as the chair said, what goals do you have as a professional? What goals do you have as someone who wants to live up to the tag of professionals in the built environment? You know, being well to do, like the doctors and the lawyers, as discussed. So I think let's join the Sacco. I still regret why I joined late. Let's join the Sacco. Let's get our friends to join. I know it's been a running theme and a problem to get guarantors, but there are two ways. One, we've discussed very extensively about bringing your friends. The other is just networking and getting to know people. Remember, no one is going to give you their money, because when I guarantee you your loan, is basically I've given you my money. So no one is going to give you their money if they don't know you. So show up at Sacco events, participate at other AAK events, because those are most likely the people who are going to facilitate you to get your money, your multiplier, your ×3, and then manage or design your future by managing how your money is going to flow. When your clients pay, think of the Sacco first instead of spending it. As I've said, you'd rather put that money into Sacco and then take it out as a loan to spend it. That way, you're amortizing it rather than using it upfront. So always think about the Sacco when you get money, not the other way around. Don't think about the Sacco as the last option when you get your money. Rather think of save first and then think of how to spend. So I think those are the remarks I'd like to give just to encourage people. Myself, I would say, and people who are in the AK know that I do travel a lot, not because I have a lot of money, but because I use the Sacco well. All the international trips I have been to in the last 3 years, that's the same way I've done it. A client pays me, I put it in the Sacco, get the multiplier, go on an international trip, meet friends, meet people who then eventually make the quality of my life better in terms of the networks and the connections that I get internationally and locally, and even most of the commissions now that I eventually get in the office based off of the travel that I do, which underlying that or ultimately supported by the Sacco. So all these things have a connotation, and I would just like to encourage the younger people who are here. I think we've talked extensively with Gregory and some of the other young people I've seen on this group, and I'm encouraged to see you at such a meeting. If you are looking to have a discussion with me, you can chat me up. And then, I can tell you 1 or 2 things about how to go around the Sacco. If you're looking to open a corporate member account with the Sacco again, and you need some advice, I know there are a few people here who run farms like Brenda and the rest. You can also get in touch with me, and then I'll be glad to give you some highlights as to how that would happen and how the Sacco would assist you. But otherwise, happy to be here. Happy that the Sacco has organized this event, and despite being far, I'm happy to have participated. Asante.
Thanks a lot, Lutta. We go to Kedogo, Secretary.
Yes, thank you very much. And quickly, I'll just say why when I came back to the country, I joined the Sacco very quickly. I spent, let's say, I spent almost a quarter, a third of my life in Germany, and I saw how the Sacco movement there has really helped and did a lot of things. Guten Tag, or guten Abend, or
Guten Abend, Bro. Ich bin wieder in Deutschland.
Oh, danke. So I can see now the German branch is growing very well, maybe because of that incentive, and the housing stock is done well by the Sacco. The Sacco, the movement for cooperative is actually very strong in the developing countries, even than here. Then when I came to the country, I happened to head a department, and sometimes I have to sign some forms, and I was getting shocked to see the people earning around 15,000, 10,000. How about 3 million shillings, and they're asking for loans. 1 million shillings loans, and I was wondering how are they going to pay and how are they doing it. Then I discovered this, they're using the Sacco. So the Sacco is a sleeping giant which can really do something to our lives. Some of the incentives for me to join, also to encourage others, because many of you, I can see you earn more than 15,000 shillings a month. Somebody was sacked for 20 years at 15,000 shillings a month. Savings of over 3 million. I was like, how did she do this? And they're not, it's not one, there are many. So that's the power of the Sacco. I don't know how it works, but it works. Because of then I did the math consistency, saving 3,000 shillings at a good interest rate for those 15, 10 years. You guys, most of you are here do maths, so go and do your own maths. So that's how Sacco works. Now, you end up having like some wealth because you build that wealth. If you have like 500,000 or whatever thousands you have, as Luke explained, you can always borrow against it to manage your cash flow and then pay it back. When something comes up, you can always do something. You have some power, as opposed to having spent it quickly or done something, then or buy some money market, and then when something comes, you withdraw everything. And so the cash flows, it helps you if you're managing a farm to manage them. And I'll encourage the young ones. Of course, I've talked to some of my students. I don't know if any students are here or young people who are just finishing school, maybe even students who are currently now, maybe even getting 7,500 shillings could be hard for the starters. The Sacco has already that in mind, so you can also actually encourage your friends, even in school, just ones who are in university already, they can manage to build the initial requirements slowly. Within a few months, they'll be at par, and then they continue saving 1,000 shillings, 2,000, 3,000, and it grows. It becomes addictive, and before you realize, you can see your wealth increasing. So I really encourage us. And again, as I said, the Sacco is more than just a place. It's a saving club. It's more of a family. The more you are, the more the welfare you can achieve. I mean, the more you save, and we are many of us, even the overheads will go low, and the interest, the profits and interest will go much higher. We shall achieve the 20% per month if you are many, and even more percentage on the rebates. And there's something which is good. Sacco, come to events. The knowledge shared there. I learned so many things during the last AGM. I can confess I'm not a Gen Z. So I learned so many things from the Gen Zs and Gen Alphas who are there, and also for the people who are older than me, the Gen Xs and whatever, and the Gen Z lost generation, the baby boomers were there. We learned a lot from each other, what works and works. So the knowledge shared is a lot. Some things I've been experimenting just because I learned something from the last AGM, and you learn quite a lot from each other. Finally, I wish people who are here still in this call, people are serious people. So with those small methods we have discussed, I can see, I cannot say anything because I'm in secretaries, but I wish all of you here to join the Millionaire Club. As I said, it's not a hard thing, it's just consistency, and it's very easy. So karibuni sana. When you launch the Millionaire Club, I want to see these names which are here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Architect Kedogo. Then we go to Architect Fred.
Thank you, Daniel. I want to reflect on something our chair said that do not inquire on what the minimum saving amount is, but what your goals are when you're saving. If you save the minimum, which is 1,000 per month, in a year you will have saved 12,000. In 10 years, you will have saved 120,000. If you save 20,000 a month, in a year you will have 240,000. In 10 years, you'll have 2.4 million. Now imagine the difference between the two scenarios. When in 10 years you want to put up your house or to buy a property, and one has 120,000 and one has 2.4 million. So reflect on that. Put in your goals and work towards achieving them. You will not achieve it instant. Use the circle to attain what you want 10 years from today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Vice Chair. And finally, Chair, and I'll ask Chair also to close with a word of prayer.
Mine is really to thank all of us for this webinar. I think it has been very, very good, interactive. And to say that I look forward to many more of such webinars. I want to thank especially those of us who have attended, even if some may not have attended the full length of it. And to encourage that, this circle will be as good as each one of us makes it. So the circle will be as successful, as impactful as each one of us participates in it and makes it. Now, I just want to really encourage that, the circle is a membership organization. So the members, how vibrant we are, reflects on, the bottom line of the circle. What the management can assure everybody is that we will be good stewards of the monies that entrust into the circle. So some of the waswasis that we sometimes have, I think so far, and I've been in the circle for a long time, so far I don't have seen anything that should make anybody worry. I think let me stop there and like Daniel said, maybe lead us in a word of prayer. Let's pray. Our Father and our Lord, we come before you at this time. We want to thank you so much for the time that we spent together in this webinar. We want to thank you so much for all the conversations that we had, and Lord, all the information that has been passed, all the questions that have been asked, and all the questions that have been answered. Now, Lord, we want to pray that even as we commit ourselves to participating effectively in the circle, that, Lord, you'll supply us with the money to save, and that, Lord, you would cause us to be committed. Now, even as we return to our various activities, we want to pray for your blessings. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Amen.
Amen.
Have a good night, everyone.
Wajerumani mnasemaje?
We know some chaps, eh?
Sasa Daniel, thanks. Sasa tuacha tuonane baadaye. When are we meeting next? Daniel.
Daniel, when is the next meeting?
We will discuss about that. We'll talk on phone, Stephen.